Good morning, everybody. Today, we have an eminent speaker on the communication skills. Particularly, in the present scenario, we have a commendable and effective way of communication in English has become essential. And due to that, the people who have effective communication skills in English language do have their global access and global opportunities. In the advent of this particular scenario, our Govindaram Saxaria College of Commerce, Wardha, has initiated the webinar series on the aspect of the communication skills and effective communication skills. Today, we have taken a broad aspect of the communication skills, that is, role of communication skills in the human personality development. We all know that the human personality will have its own emphasis through the communication skills. As the personality of a person could be denoted as the behavior of a person, and the behavior is included with linguistic aspects also. So the English language communication has become a part and parcel of the effective personality at present. Today, we will like to have a detailed note on introducing the eminent speaker, Dr. AlekyaChalumuri, Assistant Professor in English, Department of Basic Sciences and Humanities, Gayatri Vidya Parishad College of Engineering for Women, Vishakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. She had completed her PhD from Adikavi Nanna University, Rajamahendravaram, Andhra Pradesh, MA English from Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh, MPhil in English Literature from Andhra University, Vishakhapatnam, MSc Psychology from Ambedkar Open University, Hyderabad, B.Ed and M.Ed from Andhra University, Vishakhapatnam, and also she pursued 10 online courses on different areas of knowledge and expertise. She had an experience of 11 years and she has an expertise in the different areas like English language teaching, communication skills, soft skills training, personality development, etc. Her research profile has become very much positive and very strong. And we find that she had published 11 research papers in UGC approved journals. She authored 2 books on English language teaching, which are broadly available in the Amazon circles. She also published a poetry and co-authored some chapters in various books. She printed 12 research papers in prestigious conferences, seminars, national and international level. She had attended 25 conferences and appeared for several workshops and seminars. She is a lifetime member in English Literature and Language Teaching Association of India, LTI, and also a life member of Young Researchers Forum in Andhra Pradesh. And with these few words, now I invite Dr. AlekyaChalumuri to go for her presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you,
Today I want to address all your students on the role of communication skills in human personality development. Of course, every individual is aware of the importance of communication skills nowadays. I don't think that they don't feel important about how to communicate with people. But here today I want to address how the communication skills can enhance their personality, how they reflect their personality, and how they play a crucial role in developing the personality. So I just want to go with my content. Can I have the next slide, sir? Yeah. According to Anthony Robbins, the way we communicate with others and with ourselves ultimately determines the quality of our lives. Yes, this is true. Communication directly interprets how we express ourselves to the world, how satisfied we are with life and in life. Interactions occur on a daily basis, whether it is with our family members, strangers, or co workers. But if the communications are not effective or productive, then our life becomes restricted. Communication skills always help us in handling challenging situations. To be successful in life, great communication skills serve as stepping stones. A good communicator is always a good listener. In other words, every person with great communication skills is in favor of listening. Communication skills help in gaining the consent and cooperation of the opposite party. This is important. Communication should always be clear. So whatever we communicate, it should maintain clarity. We should maintain clarity with our words, with our sentences, or what we want to express to the other person. Communication should be well reasoned and motivational. Clear communication means a communication that is specifically worded so that there is no ambiguity. People nowadays are more skeptical than before, and thus, if you want people to believe you, you will need to give reasons to believe. So, this is what all about communication. So, communication is essential, and we are relying on communication. This is what we have to accept. And coming to personality, excuse me, sir, can I run my slides? Yeah. Human personality is not what you say, it is how you say it, because personality always wins the day. So, personality refers to an individual's characteristics, style, behavior, mindset, attitude, his own unique way of perceiving things and seeing the world. So, it is not what you say, it is how you say it. So, what you say may not matter, but how you say it, the way you express or the way you present yourself in front of others, this is important. So, generally, personality, when we are ready to define personality, what we say, it is an individual's characteristic, style, behavior, mindset, attitude, his own unique way of presenting or perceiving things and seeing the world. It is an individual's emphasis. So, apart from this, we rely on genetic factors, family background, varied cultures, environment, current situations. All these things take a major foundation to define a person's personality. So, whenever we speak about personality, uh, usually we appreciate people with good character, good behavior, good attitude. So, totally to say, an individual with a pleasing personality is appreciated and respected by all. So, personality is the mirror of oneself. It is the mixture of an individual's mindset, attitude, appearance, behavior with others, even. It impresses the person you communicate, where you behave, leaving an impressive outlook that resonates with people around you, leaving an indelible impression. A good and strong personality creates positive vibes in and around. A person with a strong personality ought to master the art of expressing their thoughts and feelings in the most desired way. That makes the individual respectable, disciplined, and an asset to his or her organization. Effective communication play a crucial role in honing one's personality. So when if I want to compare the relation between communication skills and personality, human personality, this is for true. In the next slide, I can see the icons. I just presented few icons in between the conversation. Yes, sir. Can you please? Yeah. So if you go through the images which I have presented here, in between two, we can find many icons where there are various channels of communication. Yes, there is a need for us to maintain our communication well in relationships, in professional places, in places which we need to board a bus, or when we go to a bank, we need to communicate with the banking manager. So wherever we go in colleges, in with the teacher and student communication. So wherever we go, we find many uh, places where we need to perform effectively, where people would judge our personality. So communication and personality are interdependent. So a person with good personality can be an effective communicator, and also communication defines the people's personality. This is what we have to understand. Communication helps individuals to express themselves in the most convincing way. Your thoughts, feelings, and knowledge should be passed on in the most desirable manner, and effective communication helps you in the same. A person should speak really well to make a mark of his or her own. Remember, no one would take you seriously if you do not master the art of expressing yourself clearly and in the most convincing manner. People with great communication skills tend to have a better and impressive personality than those who have problems in communicating, as interacting with others is not a challenge for them. Individuals with effective communication skills can easily converse with other people around, be it their fellow workers, peers, family, and so on. And now, if I ask you a question, why do people fail? In many cases we see, why do we have many questions like why the husband and wife get divorced, why the families fall apart, why children leave home, uh, why friends break bonds and employees become spiteful. Yes, not all people are blessed with excellent communication skills. They acquire the same with the time and practice. So in all such situations, we see people fail to communicate effectively and clearly with their fellow partners. So communication determines people's personality. It can either make or break a relationship. Remember, poor communication often leads to conflicts in relationships resulting in breakups. So the conflict management is very crucial in handling one's own personality. So the way in which you resolve the conflicts, the way in which you come out of the situation is important. So, what is the basis of resolving conflicts? You have to speak to the other person, else it is difficult. You can't resolve the conflict. You should be democratic. You should sit, speak, or you should explain your feelings or opinion. And all these are the way which you communicate. And here, remember, communication is not alone words or a medium of language. It even matters your posture, gestures, the facial expressions, all the para elements, the voice, maintenance, the pitch, everything. This comes under your non-verbal communication. So be kind in your words, as it is a combination of what we say and the way we say it. Good. Communication is very important for a healthy relationship that we accept. Along with the words, you need to take care of your body language. So the success of any relationship relies on one's ability to communicate well. So whenever we see that there are some failures in any relationship, it is all about how you resolve the situation, how you manage the conflict. So remember, for any effective personality or to prove oneself as efficient well-being, then you need to handle conflicts effectively. So conflict resolution is all about how you communicate with others, how you are able to make the people understand what's your opinion is, or what you want to tell them clearly. So this is what we say that why people fail generally. And coming to this, I mentioned verbal and non-verbal communication. If you see the statistical approach of verbal and non-verbal communication, of course, verbal plays a 35% of a role in the overall communication. When we go with non-verbal communication, it is the deal of the day. It is 65%, where we see all the facial expressions, the tone of voice, movement, appearance, eye contact, gestures, postures. All this comes under the body language, which is also known as non-verbal communication. So a face communicates, our expressions communicates, the tone of voice even communicate with people. So in what modesty we are, what's our behavior, whether we are with hanging with anger, or we are calm, quiet, we are uh, passive, dull. So all these things comes under facial expressions, and even the voice, where we maintain our pitch and modulate. This tendency is even important. So our frequent hand movements, the way in which we sit or stand or appear in front of dressing, dressing is even important. it clearly states our mind and our ability to present ourselves. Maintaining eye contact and giving positive gestures and maintaining appropriate postures, all these are important. So the elements of personal communication, we go with 7% of spoken words and 38% of voice and tone. So even voice and tone are important while we communicate with others. And 55% of body language. In turn, we can assess the elements of communication into three factors: the words we speak, the voice or pitch we maintain or modulate, the way in which we modulate our sentences, postures, gestures, facial expressions, hand movements, all these comes under the elements of communication. So why I want to speak about the elements of communication? Yes, as I said, verbal and non-verbal both are important, but non-verbal plays a dominant role. So it defines one's personality. So the way in which we present ourselves in front of others, it defines our personality. So I just want to go with an example. Yeah, here you can see I have presented four eminent personalities in this presentation, in this slide. One we can see the Donald Trump and Barack Obama. And we can also see Indra Nooyi and Warren Buffett. So the reason for selecting these people, the first one, Donald Trump, the present U.S. president. You can see presidential hopeful Donald Trump is certainly a unique individual with his own personal style. Love it or hate it, whatever he wants to say, he expresses deliberately. There is no other go. The shrug, eye roll, expressive face, all these are easily caught, and pointing fingers towards others and snarling and smirking, all these are the unwanted gestures of the present US President Donald Trump, who is popular in observing, who is under a great observance that people say that the gestures or postures what he follows, they are inappropriate. If we see to Barack Obama, the former US President, he is well known for his hand gestures, the smiling in moderation and tone of voice. And also he is a very good emotional human being. So all these are what we can say, we can analyze. Oh, looking to the people, people may like or dislike you. The way in which they like you is just because of your non-verbal communication. Though you speak very effectively, very convincingly, though you show your love and affection with your words, but if your face doesn't mean that, if your gestures doesn't mean that, simply people can understand your words not meant to be true. So you don't have a trustworthiness. And coming to Indra Nooyi and Warren Buffett, so we can see people here. Uh, these these people are exclusively famous for their soft skills, their communication skills. Indra Nooyi is an Indian American business executive and former chairman and chief executive officer of PepsiCo. She has consistently ranked among the world's 100 most powerful women, and she is well known for her effective communication and eminent personality. And the same happens with Warren Buffett, is an American investor, business tycoon, philanthropist, and the chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. He is considered one of the most successful investors in the world and has a net worth of $78.9 billion as of this August, making him the world's seventh wealthiest person. Simply to say, these two eminent personalities are renowned, famous, rewarded, awarded, and taken as role models and stood in front of others as the first uh, successful entrepreneurs just because they are away from others. What makes them away from others? It is their promising personality, their soft skills, their communication skills, the way they behave with people, their attitude, all these are their positives, and these present them as the topmost and eminent personalities of the business sector. So this matters of body language is even important. So body language is a takeaway of one's personality. People should understand how you behave, what's your behavior, what are your ethics, what is the trustworthiness, how they can trust you without your promising gestures and postures. It is impossible. So today I want to deal with uh, the four communication styles. Here you can see the passive aggressive, and assertive communication styles. So people can adopt any of these, but some are to be proven wrong, not ineffective, and some are to be proven effective and excellent. So if I say, coming to a passive speaker, a passive behavior is characterized by putting the other people's need before your own at the expense of you. It is expressed in a timid and weak manner. In the end, with passive behavior, you will not achieve your desired goal. The feelings often associated with passive behavior include hurt, anxious, and delayed anger. So people with passive communication style, often we see they are dull, they are inexpressive. Of course, they hold their anger, but still they can't prove themselves. Aggressive communication style. So this comes with the style they communicate with powerful words. They throw the words away without any sense of how the others feel. They show anger in their communication, their body language. This is characterized by putting your needs before someone else at any cost. It is expressed in a forceful manner. The feelings often related to it are righteousness, superiority, and anger. When using aggressive behavior with others, it is going to leave them feeling angry and resentful. This is so hurting. Your partner gets hurted easily, or your potential employer gets hurt easily. Your fellow partner or your co-worker, your subordinates, wherever you go, if you have an aggressive communication style, it will not satisfy the purpose. Coming to be assertive. So the assertive communication style is a promising communication style where it is characterized by self-enhancing while still taking into consideration others' person's first feelings. It is expressive in nature. Assertive behavior is always a straightforward behavior where you sit and deal with things democratically. Yeah, this is what I want to do, or this is what I can do, or this is the exact way of rendering help to the other person. So other people feel the same way, and ultimately everyone leaves feeling valued. It is ultimate win-win situation. Yes, what this is what I want to, and this is what I want you to be. So this is a simultaneous process where you establish trustworthiness, um, and like you're going to say that yes, this is what I want to do exactly. This is how we have to deal with the situations. This is what we can see in many of the leadership um, qualities. Yes, I'll go with an example where you can understand it easily. Uh, so I have selected all the three uh, Indian captains, Saurav Ganguly, MS Dhoni, and Virat Kohli. So whenever we see Saurav Ganguly is one of the most promising and aggressive Indian captain. Though he started late in captaincy compared to others in the list, he had shown the real meaning of aggressive captaincy. So what happened with Saurav? After the term of Mohammad Azharuddin, yes, of course, the team India is in the shades of match fixing. There he took the captaincy of Indian cricket team after Mohammad Azharuddin left the team. Uh, yes, this man, with his aggressive communication style, of course, dealt with many of the decision-making uh, scenarios. Uh, he portrayed himself as a lead, a team lead. Whatever he says or whatever he wishes to do, he used to do. So all his planning came excellently, and uh, at that moment, Indian team is successful, no doubt about it. But comes to his personality. Whenever we speak about Saurav Ganguly, we call him as Dada. So why do we not call MS Dhoni as Dada? Why do we not call Kohli as Dada? Or any other Indian team captains as Dada? So this shows that there is a difference in the personalities of these people. The people's personality always vary. So we can see Saurav Ganguly's aggressive communication style and aggressive behavior. Coming to Dhoni, his Mr. Cool, his calmness under pressure, he is truly humble despite of adulation, backing instincts, sharing credit for success. This is wonderful. Sharing credit for success is uh, the quality which we should appreciate MS Dhoni being a captain of the Indian team. So we can see his assertive nature, assertive style in communication, assertiveness in his behavior, being calm and cool always. But he is not passive. He is not at all passive. He is known for his calmness, peace of mind, tolerance, perseverance, and democratic administration. Coming to Kohli, we can see him assertive and a bit aggressive. Not more aggressive, but a bit aggressive, but he is modernized. He performs his best when he is put on fire, metamorphically, of course, because his dynamic energy and puts it on display whenever he comes out to a bat of field. And it is not just on the field that he is full of vigor. Kohli is known to have a playful nature, often making him the life of a party with his dance moves and open nature. His dressing sense is considered extremely stylish, and he is extremely keen on the latest gadgets, cars, and watches. That's what we looking to his appearance, looking to his way he comes out of the uh, uh, cricket when he advertised for some products. There we can see, or on the field we can see his dance moves, and we can justify that he is a bit modernized. So we say that coming to the captaincy, how these captains got a stand on the entire team. See here, all the three are in the leading positions coming to the Indian cricket team. The Saurav and MS are former, and now we can currently see Kohli leading the team. When how they are able to coordinate with their communication, with their body language, all these are important. How they make people convince, or how they make people accept their decisions, how they listen to the people, how they listen to their decisions. All this is about how we analyze people basing on their communication styles. So we can see that aggressive, assertive, or passive natures, all these are about way in which we depicts our personality in front of others. Yeah, this is a personality trait model. Goldberg's five factors of personality, what we simply call it as the ocean model. So the ocean model is known for the people uh, who comes into an organization, how they can be assessed, how organizations assess their employees, or how organizations assess their co-workers. So Goldberg's five factors of personality. These are the five factors. Everybody who can check at the end of this session, I'll give you some links to test your personality on ocean model. So the first factor, O stands for openness, and C for conscientiousness, E extroversion, A agreeableness, and N for neurosis. So generally, openness. What is openness? So your imagination, feelings, actions, ideas, values, your adventurousness, artistic nature, the way in which you put trust on others, or your ability to make people convince, all this comes under openness. So there is no ambiguity, complete transparency. This is one factor what organizations are going to test on, openness, and the other one is conscientiousness. This shows someone's tendency for organization. Yeah, those. who are motivated, disciplined, trustworthy, uh, se- have lot of competencies, competent with others, achievement striving. Yes, this is my target. I need to achieve it. So this is what I set the target for others and how I motivate my team to work on it. This deals with consciousness and extroversion. This factor is important. How you show your warmth to others, friendliness, whether you are a friendly fellow being or though you go with controversies, you need to justify. Extroversion, you have to possess the qualities such as warmth, friendliness, assertiveness, activity level. How do you moderate your activities? And positive emotions, your emotional well-being, how you deal with emotions of others and how you present yourself. All this is about extroversion. Easygoing, moving in and moving out. Extroversion is moving in and moving out. You just look into yourself and look into others and then communicate. Agreeableness, agreeableness, your compliance, your modesty, your altruism, sympathy, cooperation, all these traits are about agreeableness, how people agree with you or how you are going to accept people. This comes under agreeableness. And those who tend to be more egocentric and suspicious uh, are not accepted. If you are suspicious, if you can't gain the trust of others, and if you're egocentric, don't if you are not ready to accept the ideas of others, or if you are in a stand that people should listen to you, to your words, should do whatever you want, you say. This is not fair, and this is not a good quality. So you should possess the quality of agreeableness, accepting others and accepting yourself and making people accept you. Neuroticism, it's about your hostility, uh, your impulsiveness, your anger management, your vulnerability. How do you manage your vulnerability? How you should be self-conscious. So your emotional stability. Simply to say, neuroticism is all about your emotional stability. Are you able to hide your emotions? Can't you control your anger? Can't you control your abusive nature or impulsive nature? So the way you handle or the effectiveness of handling one's own emotions and responding positively to others' emotions comes under neuroticism. So if people score uh, less on this, they can't get into the organizations. So openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, neuroticism, all these are the five factors according to Goldberg's five factors of personality model. So we can test on this. We, there are a certain series of questions or a questionnaire which tests you with the score of openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. So if you get a minimum score of this, companies are going to or organizations are going to accept you as a potential employer. So this is the personality, one of the personality trait model. And if you can see here on the slide, I presented a DISC personality. DISC theory is researched by Dr. William Moulton Marston at Harvard University. It's a method of identifying predictable actions and personality traits within human behavior. Marston narrowed these predictable personality traits into four DISC personality types. So D stands for dominance, I for influence, S for steadiness, and C for compliance. So when we see the dominant and compliant people, they are task oriented. See, the dominance is just of outgoing. So they are mobile, they outgo, they tend to see the results. Yeah, they are very direct, they're straightforward. Uh, of course, they are competitive. They want to take up a competition, want to compare and contrast with others always. So they show their dominance whenever they stand, they sit, they speak. In their actions, they show dominance. So in disc personality, the other factor is influence. So these are the people who can influence others. They have lot of enthusiasm, friendly nature, and optimistic outlook. They are always positive. That's what people take them as role models. So they are influencers. They influence people with their enthusiasm, their friendlyfulness, their optimistic nature. So they are people oriented. Uh, Steadiness. Yes, we can see people who are calm, subtle, and serene, but still they are sincere, tolerant, and modest. So this shows they are stable. Steadiness means it's the stability uh, where you where you take up actions with a lot of judgment. So you're stable, you're calm, you're in peace, you're in serene. So at this moment, you are well in judging or well in justifying yourselves or taking some strong decisions which hopes for the best. And of course, these people they tend to be reserved, but still they are flexible. They are not rigid. They are reserved, but they are not rigid. But they are the strong decision makers. Coming to compliance, people with lot of accuracy, carefulness, cautiousness, and contemplative, we can say, uh, though they are reserved, but they are task oriented. So simply we can see such qualities in Bill Gates. So I'll go with the next example where I can show the disc personalities. The dominant personality, example of a dominant personality, example of an influencer, example of a person who shows a steadiness and and example of a person who shows compliance. Yes, here to make you well understand, I have selected four eminent personalities. We can relate the dominant nature of Donald Trump to the quality of dominance, and Will Smith, who is as a powerful influencer, and Beckham with his steadiness, David Robert Joseph Beckham for his steadiness, and the great business American business magnate Bill Gates for his compliance. We can see here all the four personalities. If we consider Donald Trump, the present U.S. president, before entering politics, he was a businessman and a television personality. Before and he was a great business person, also a television personality. After entering politics, we can observe uh, the behavior of Donald Trump, which is complete dominance. Whatever he wishes to get, he'll get straight into his will. So there is no other uh, he couldn't interpret the things. Yes, this is what I wish for, and this is what I want to implement. I want to execute. Even in the cases of COVID-19, we can see this is the last country which levied lockdown to the citizens. So he is so stubborn in his decisions. When we deal with the other personality, Will Smith, he's an American actor, producer, and a rapper. Uh, he is a powerful actor in Hollywood, and people admire him a lot. He is a very good influencer. So people, there are die-hard fans for this man. He shows a positive smile on his face. He is a very good emotional a social being. He moves smooth, friendly, and he is flexible. He is enthusiastic. He desires to dream a lot and he stands for his goals. So he is a role model for many of the upcoming actors. We say him as a strong influencer. And Beckham, an English former professional footballer, the current president and co-owner of Inter Miami SCF and co-owner of Salford City, uh, being a football player and now as a politician, sorry, now as a president or a co-owner of a company, as a businessman, we can compare and contrast his personality. But wherever we see this man, he is well known for his steadiness, stable decision making, and strong mindedness. And coming to Bill Gates, he is of course a well-known personality. We are all aware of him. He is a philanthropist, moreover a businessman. He is a philanthropist. If we observe his compliance, he shows all the qualities of a HR man. HR. He is the originator of a Microsoft company. So we can observe this man's personality. He is with compliance. He is with a lot of positive outlook. As a founder of an organization, he gave employment to many of the young professionals. So we can see these people: Donald Trump, Will Smith, um, Beckham, and the Bill Gates. All these are known for their individual emphasis. They they have a strong impression on others. We can see that they are famous personalities, but still they have unique characters basing on their communication. We just justify basing on their body language, basing on their communication. We say that he is famous for such quality. This is what we want to know, get from this man, or he is a promising role model. So all this is what we judge the person just because of their words and their behavior. So there is um, one more analysis on Hart's characteristics of mental strength. Robert Hart is a pioneer of staffing services. He just researched on how the employees of an organization should be. He delib- he just defined some qualities of a person with mental strength. So he says that tenacity, confidence, optimism, adaptability, self awareness, reliability, responsibility, and well being, all these are important for the all these characters are important when we see to the mental strength of an employee. So mentally strong people do not feel sorry for themselves. Instead, they take responsibility of their own life. They don't give away their power to others and thus maintain control over their emotions. So this is what he stands on: mental strength. Why he wishes to get employees with a good mental strength. So when we have a supportive mental strength, or we are in good mental condition, of course we do things well. So this shows that our personality is strong enough to perform any job. So individuals with mental toughness embrace change and are open to being flexible. So if you are mentally strong, you can accept things coming into your way, and even you don't be rigid, you'll be flexible always. So it will not trouble the organization. So these are the characters. If we observe all these characters, what do you mean by tenacity? Tenacity is the situation where you don't give up. You don't like to give up. You are always ready to perform the things. And confidence. Confidence is your personal ability. You trust yourself and you trust that things will get better, or you will do better. So this is where you say that you are a confident personality. Optimism. Yes, there is no negative side of the things. You always look into the positive aspects of whatever you deal with. So perceiving the odds are in one's favor. So whatever negatives, or if there are any disturbances, if you come across any disturbances in your life or in your profession, yeah, always you're optimistic. You think that everything is for your sake. Adaptability. If you change, if you are ready to adapt that change, if you are ready to suit yourselves to the situation, yes, being open to new ideas, being open to new environments, being open to or being or welcoming new people into your life, all this comes under adaptability. You are tolerant to change. So you love to change, you can adapt yourselves for changing environments. This is one more important factor of a promising personality. Self awareness is being able to shift the perspective. Yes, of what is right and what is wrong. In what aspects am I strong and what aspects am I weak? You are able to justify yourself. You are aware of the society. You are aware of the people around you. You are aware of yourself. You are aware of your co-workers. You are aware of you are able to analyze and interpret each and every uh, environment, and this comes under your self-awareness. If you are able to uh, be aware of yourself, if you are able to be aware of what is going around you and how you are adjusting to these changes, this comes under your self-awareness. You are going to map yourself with multiple environments. This comes under your self-awareness. And your reliability, following through on promises. So why should people trust you? Or why should people rely on you? The way in which you show your reliability to others, this comes under your promising personality. And how you own up responsibilities, how you are challenging, you are ready to take challenges, how you are challenging others, how you are getting into the uh, tough tasks. Uh, all this comes under your responsibility, how you dedicate yourself to the organization, how you perform your duties, the way in which you discharge all your responsibilities without any mm, disturbances, without any excuses. This is what people can judge your responsibility. Well-being, prioritizing personal health. Even personal health is important. Without personal health, we can't show an appropriate body language. So your personal well-being is important. Maintaining self-hygiene, taking care of your health. All these are the characteristics of a person who shows a good mental health or a strong mental health. This is what uh, Robert Half analyzed. After a thorough research, he analyzed uh, people's personality is all about their mental well-being. So when we come across all those factors, what we say as tenacity, confidence, optimism, adaptability, self-awareness, reliability, responsibility, well-being, all these factors should be communicated. So, how we are going to depict all these characters, all these factors? Either you need to communicate that you are a potential employer of an organization, or you have your responsibility towards your organization, or you are reliable. So, through your words and through your behavior, you are going to promise that you have a good mental strength. So, simply to say, whatever factor you select under the personality development, it is impossible to show without your communication, either verbally or non-verbal. Of course, there are certain factors which affects your which affects your personality, by saying that you are genetically in such a case, or you're hereditarily affected. Yes, this is what we accept. But hereditary and environment, these are just a 20 take up 20%. If we opt, your hereditary is of 20%, your environmental flexibility is of 20%, and the rest is going to be the platform of communication skills and your soft skills, how you behave with others and how you respect yourself and respect others, how you portray yourself in front of others. All these are the crucial things of your communication ability. So please remember, communication skills are the takeaway. Mm, if you want to see how I should understand my personality, or how I should put my personality in front of others, or how people are going to judge my personality, simply communication skills are the locus of human personality. So without your effective communication, verbally and non-verbally, it is difficult to prove yourself that you are with a good personality. So everything, your etiquette, your effective communication, the body language, your tone, pitch, all these things comes into your personality development. So please take care of your communication skills, body language, words, all these are important when you want to enhance your personality development. So here I suggest you to follow some videos on YouTube, some of the TED Talks. The Psychology of Your Future Self by Dan Gilbert. Uh, this is quite an interesting TED Talk. How you can self your future. What's your future about? How can you make up your future? What's the importance of communication and body language? All these are the discussions of Dan Gilbert in this TED Talk. And the other TED Talk, what you can see here is who are you really? The puzzle of personality. So what's the puzzle of personality? How we have to crack uh, what is our personality exactly and how to assess the other's personality. It's given by Brain Little. This is even important. And one more TED talk on a body language. This may shape who you are. It is by Amy Curry. This is one more TED talk which is important for all the students to have emphasis on. Just listen to all these TED talks. All the three TED talks are quite in demand to know the relationship between personality and communication. How communication skills affect your personality and how personality will enhance your effective presentation. All these are in the way of role of communication skills in human personality development. And of course, the students who are interested to have their personality checked, the Big Five personality test. You can go for this website, personality test at 123test.com or the Big Five personality test. Of course, we have where we have many personality tests, like 16 factor test. There are certain personality tests, but this is a simple way of testing yourself with the Big Five personality. Today, I have related the entire thing to your organizational capabilities and your responsibilities. So, organizations are looking for these five factors of quotient model. You can test yourself on all these things, and the 10-item personality measure is even proven to be effective. So I recommend all your students to have a personality test on the Big Five factor, and even we can go for a 10-item personality measure. So this is what I want to convey you about the role of communication skills in human personality development. If you have any questions to ask, I'm inviting any questions. Yes, sir.
Okay, madam, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And today we have a very much fortunate enough to have a psychologist with communication skills and a
Thank you, thank
specialist
you.
with the teaching. You are having a blend of teaching as well as English as well as psychology, and it's a big boon for all of us as well as our students also to have you as a resource person today. And virtually the gurus of Guru, Dr. N.V. Suryanarayana is a main motivator behind your intelligence and hard work. I feel that Suryanarayana himself is present through you here, and I have a very much fortunate enough to have you as a disciple of Dr. N.V. Suryanarayana, the superintendent of
Thank you, sir.
Central
Thank
Tribal
you.
University of Vizianagaram, Andhra Pradesh. And
Thank you.
today we have a very, very happy occasion that our students should have a more imbibedness on the part of developing their own personality and have an assertive personality or a pleasing personality and to have a bright future in their future career. And as a part of that, in the part of this webinar series, we have organized your lecture and you have readily accepted our invitation and taken a lot of pains to address our students as well as ourselves. And we have very much fortunate enough to have you here. And in future also, we would like to request you, as and when we request you, please accept our request and do provide your services in a valuable way to all of us.
Certainly.
And thank you very much once again. I also thank all the organizers of this program, the English department, the communication skills department, the MBA department, the IQAC of the college, as well as the principal sir of our college, Dr. Saibarav Chavan sir, and our college management, especially your college management, Gayatri Vidya Parishad College of Engineering Women from
Thank you.
Vishakhapatnam, for allowing you to present and allowing ourselves to avail your services. Thank you very much for all of you. Thank you very much for being with us, and all the best to Madam in all your future endeavors. Thank you. And now, Dr. Shrikant Bause, the coordinator of all these programs, will be going to address and provide his overall report of this webinar series at present.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Today it is a matter of great pleasure that we are concluding this session with such a wonderful communication skill and the personality development webinar. So, I would like to tell you, ma'am, that this is the one of the last lecture of our webinar series. So, this will be a vote of thanks from myself to all the eminent speakers which have attended and which have delivered the great session so far. So, good afternoon, all of you. From last 1 week, we have successfully organized webinar series on role and importance of communication skill in career and profession. In this webinar series, 6 eminent speakers in the field of communication skill and English literature from various parts of country shared their valuable knowledge with all of us. All these webinars are not only watched by our students, but also by teachers, professors, and people from different professions and locations as well. The success of this webinar series can be traced just by knowing its views. The average views of this webinar series is whooping 3,500 per day and increasing ever since. I really congratulate all speakers who made it so amazing and interesting for all of us. Now I would like to thank all our eminent keynote speakers who contributed with their words of wisdom in this webinar. I also like to thank our source of motivation, Shri Sanjayji Bhargav, Chairman Shiksha Mandal Wardha, and Dr. Sahebrao Chauhan, officiating principal of GS College of Commerce Wardha. I also extend my thanks to Professor Parishkrit Agrawal, Head IQAC and Coordinator of MBA Department for his unmatched contribution and great technical assistance, without whom it wouldn't be possible for us to conduct such a wonderful webinar series. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all my team members, faculties and students, without whom it wasn't such a grand success. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.